Merry Christmas, you filthy animals!
Hey guys, welcome back to Vlogmas, day number 7. So today will be a sit-down vlog, of course. Well, a sit-down, it's not even a vlog for real, but I wanted to talk about a subject that just recently kind of happened to me with my daughter on December the 1st, 2025, and this is just for my memory as well. She started her period, and it was definitely mixed feelings because if you guys don't know, my daughter is on the autism spectrum, so that makes everything 10 times harder to make her comprehend what is going on with her body. But as a mom and as me knowing that I came on my period at 9 years old, my daughter's 11, I started talking to her at about the age of 9 about a period. I even showed her social stories about periods. She have seen me with my own menstrual, and I was letting her know, like I would use the bathroom and I noticed TMI, and I would say, hey, mommy's bleeding, but mommy's okay. You know, I would tell her stuff like that because I did not want her to believe that something really bad was happening to her because she was bleeding or that she could possibly be dying. Kids that have autism take stuff literally. So my goal was to make sure that I was talking to her, telling her these things early on. I would show her when I put my pad on, how I put my pad on, so she can kind of see it, you know, firsthand, because children with autism are also visual learners. So by her seeing that, you know, she was like, oh, okay. And I was like, Jurnee, do you think you could put a pad on? She said, yeah, I could. So, you know, of course, we've been talking about it. And then last weekend, all of a sudden, she was like, Mommy, my stomach hurts. So I'm like, oh my God, maybe she's coming down with something. And she was like, no, but it feels better when I lay down. So that kind of raised the antenna in my head, like, wait a minute. Maybe that's something, maybe she's about to come on. But then I still was like, no, maybe not. So on December the 1st, like I said, without going into too much detail, I was able to see that something was going on. And when I called her back in the bathroom, she was like, I told her, I said, hey, your menstrual is on, your period is on. And she was like, okay, mommy. But she automatically knew what she needed. She was like, I'm gonna need some pads. I said, yeah, you're gonna need some pads. And that made me feel, as a parent, like I had did something that I was supposed to do as a mom, and as a mom of a child on the spectrum. Of course, this subject is kind of also hard for me because I know it's a privacy thing, but I feel like for me, I'm each one teach one, you know. And one of my YouTubers that I watch and love and adore, Miss Vaughn Tv, her daughter has autism. And her daughter, she just said in her last video that I watched that like puberty is starting to kind of present itself and how to kind of deal with it, and, you know, talk to your child about it if your child does not understand, or if your child is on the spectrum. And it, like I said, the spectrum is a wide spectrum. No one child with autism is the same. So with that being said, she was just trying to figure out how to even talk about it and who's talking about it. And that made me, well, that and Jurnee Spirit came on, made me want to do this video because there are a lot of parents out there that don't know what to do when that time comes. But I'm gonna say this, don't wait to the last minute, okay? Don't wait to the last minute. Start talking to your child. They said that typically the period comes on between the ages of 9 to 13 and maybe later than that. Start talking to them at 8 if you can. Start presenting social stories. If you can't verbally talk to them and they understand, they have so many cartoon like social stories to tell them about periods and pads and how to put them on and everything. I showed Jurnee video. It was the cutest video. It was of a girl. It was animated, and she was even sitting on the toilet. They were showing what you need to do, even as far as wiping to make sure you don't see any more blood, how to put the pad in the panties, when to change your pad. This story was so amazing. And Jurnee was like, I know how to do that. I know how to do that. But that's because I have been telling her these things. But I wanted her to also see it as well. So I had showed her before, but before it wasn't a thing. But now that it is a thing, it's like, okay, let me show her again. So maybe now she'll understand it more. But all the things that I said to her, it was also said in the video. So that would be my advice. Whether they're on the lower end of the spectrum or the higher end of the spectrum. Our kids are very bright, very smart, and they will pick up on things. The more you do it, the more repetition that you do, the better off that the child will be. Okay? I'm not saying I know all of the answers. Again, this is new to us. Okay? She was changing, Jurnee has. I watched her all of this week. I even kept her home the day after because I wasn't sure if she knew everything, but I wanted to be able to teach her as much as possible before I sent her out into the world with it. So I was in there every bathroom break that she took the other day, the second day. I was in there every day. She was like, Mommy, give me some personal space. I will give you personal space once you learn this. But right now I'm in here. So she would put her pad on. First time she did it, it was, a little different, and she had a little bit of an accident. Okay, we need to change the way we do it. This is how you need to put it. This is how you should position it. So then after that, that was fine. Then she was changing them too often. And I was like, oh, wait. You got to slow down on that. When you see this amount, this is when you change it. So just repetition and stuff. And like I said, this is a learning curve even for me. Even for me, I'm still learning. This was our first bout with her period ever. So it's like just trying to get her to understand when to change it. I also had her on a course. I start making her kind of wear a purse to school because I want her to get used to it. Because I said, hey, when that time comes, you're going to need this to keep your pads in. Also, another helpful thing, they're on Amazon. They're on, I don't know if you can buy them in the store, but I know that for sure they're on Amazon. They have things called Blossom Kits that my sister did order her. And it talks about everything. It's short stories, but it talks about when to change your pad, what a menstrual is, why do you feel cramps, a list of different things, okay? And I will show you guys just snippets here and there. I don't know, I may put it there or may put it in afterwards, but you'll probably see it. But like the book, the things that they show you in the book, I'll take pictures of it so you guys can see it. But this thing is an awesome kit. It also comes with different pads too. It comes with pads with wings, pads without wings, then pads, days that it's light. It comes with a period tracker, which it shows. It's like an actual period tracker with like little period dots to show like when it's light, when it's dark, when it's about to end. It shows everything. And the child is to put the thing on there. That's a visual thing as well for children with autism, because a lot of the things that they do are visual. Also, I got the period tracker. Jurnee has the period tracker as well on her phone. It's an app. And she put in her first day, and it tells her when she's about to come on and to send her a notification. It's also going to send me a notification because I also got the app, put her date in when she comes on. And yeah, because I want to make sure that we're ahead of it. I don't want her to go to school and have an accident. You're going to start wearing your pads a day or two before so that you can make sure that if something does stop while you're at school, it is taken care of. It's just a lot of being proactive with everything. And then, she noticed at the end when it started getting lighter, okay, this is what I need to do. I said, okay, after that point, you don't have to do this anymore until next month. But it's going to come on every month until you're older. So, yeah. So, just little stuff like that. I just been doing a lot of talking to her. I'm still trying to learn how to talk about what can happen, because that was another thing I had a problem with. I know when my period came on, my mom told me about the birds and the bees and all that kind of stuff. But I have a child that's on the spectrum who's also not very delayed, but she's delayed. So I was trying to tell her that, hey, a baby could possibly form if such and such happens. But then I had to tell myself, okay, she's going to learn this. Maybe a little bit more social stories. She was like, okay. She even giggled a little, but she doesn't understand. So I can't get that part. The main part that I want her to be is to be able to be clean with her period, and be able to make sure that that part is done and that she's able to change her pads when she's supposed to, and that we'll work on the other stuff, But like I said, everything is a work in progress. Everything takes a little longer with our kids, and it's okay. We have to give ourselves grace as parents. And the fact that she kind of, when it first came on, knew what needed to happen, she wasn't freaked out about it, And I think that was the main thing. So like I said, whether your child is on the higher end of the spectrum or the lower end of the spectrum, just know that you can definitely try to just push those social stories with those kids. Push them. That is what's important, because I'm telling you, they will pick up something from it. You may not think that they are, but they will. You may even see them come along and say, oh, I know these are pads. Let me see it. And they may even try it out beforehand. That's okay too. We just have to push what we can and do what we can, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have any questions or comments, please put them down below. And if I have to do a part 2 to this video where I can answer some of your questions or whatever, I'm willing to do it. I am a person that wants to help, okay? I want to help other parents so that they don't have to go through a lot of stuff, okay? This was my experience. I have a child with autism, so I have lived experience. I also work in a position where I work with other parents that have children with disabilities, and I'm here to help. I'm here to help them as well. So put your comments down below. I will answer them. The amount of people that need questions asked, we can do it. I promise. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm also going to put those social stories that I can in below, okay? So you guys can see them. Show them to your kids. Start showing them now. Okay? Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.